Give us an update on Kevin. Any early prognosis on his apparent shoulder injury?
I really can't, Joe. You know, we're gonna go back to Cleveland, get the images. Doctors will evaluate and tell us what's going on. You know, there's really no more that I can give you because we simply don't know.
Do you have any feelings that you could share on that play? I don't know if you've seen it, and maybe how the guys reacted when they saw it at halftime, if indeed they did.
Well, I don't think we didn't look at it as a team at halftime, so no, I can't answer that for you. And you know, I hope that it wasn't a play on purpose. You know, I don't think it's in the character of Olynyk to do that, but you know, I hope not.
Coach, Mark Altman, Associated Press. You talked a lot last game about the poise of the team and how pleased you were. Talk a little bit tonight. Kendrick came in the game. Obviously, the incident happened. Overall, with the incidents in the game, were you pleased with the poise, especially down the stretch when the Celtics made it a little bit more competitive than you would have thought?
We could have done a little better, but on the other hand, things were getting a little out of hand in general, and you know, that sort of became the nature of the game. What I think is more important and more complimentary to our players is the fact that we lost 2 starters during the course of the game. One in the first quarter, and JR went out early in the third. Is that correct? If I remember. Went out early in the third, and he was playing very well, and we still managed to control the game. And the game could have finished a lot easier also right down the end if it were not for a few controversial plays. But, yeah, overall I thought we did a pretty good job, you know. We just participated in our first playoff as a team. We played a very, very good team, a very well-coached team, a team that since the All-Star break, if I'm not mistaken, had the second-best record in the NBA. I think that's correct. The Boston writers can tell me if that's correct. I don't know. Nobody's shaking their head, so I guess I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Do I? Yeah. Who had the first? Oh, okay. So we played a very good team, and we swept the series. So we must have done some good things, and we did show poise, and we did show fortitude to win the series.
Next. Anybody else? Back on the ring.
David, Paul Flannery, SB Nation.
Paul?
Along those lines, what do you think you learned or took from this series, you know, about your team as it is your first playoff series with them?
You know, Paul, the whole season, and you know, this is no different. I think that we've come into other people's gyms, and I think we've faced teams, you know, home and away, that really came and gave us their best shot. Just by nature of the fact that, of course, LeBron coming home and Kevin joining our team and our team getting an inordinate amount of attention. You know, people came and the number of times that we've been on national TV and the number of games that have been heavily followed, you know, we seem to get guys' best shot every time we walk in the gym. And I feel that that has strengthened us. I feel that that has made us tougher, mentally and physically, because we've had to come out every night and, you know, meet the challenge. And this was no different. The Celtics really challenged us. You know, it was a sweep. That's not an easy thing. It's not a small thing. On the other hand, it was not a walk in the park. You know, we battled to win all these games, and they made us do so, to their credit. So we're coming out stronger, and that's good.
Joe Gabriel, Cavs.com. Hey, Coach.
Sure.
I have a nice 2-part question because I know you like those.
Cleveland people are famous for 2-part questions. I want you to know that. And it's nice. It's really nice.
First thing is Isaiah Thomas really.
Are you messing with me right
A little
now?
bit, yeah.
Okay. All right. That's all right. Feel free. Everybody else does. Go ahead. Feel like Rodney Dangerfield up here, for crying out loud. All right.
First 2 games, Isaiah Thomas hurt the Cavs kind of with his scoring and distributing with the ball. And the second two games we were able to or the Cavs were actually able to slow him down a little bit. Was that just him struggling from the floor, or was that something that you did?
We defended him. We did a much better job in Game 3. Tonight he seemed to have a pretty good game. But if you look at the percentages, they're not what you would normally see from him, and that means that we forced him into tough shots, and we made him work really hard for his points. And that's what you got to do with a ball guard that's going to be dominant with the ball. He's going to get shots and he's going to score some points. The question is he doing it easily, or is he doing it in a way that makes him less efficient and perhaps takes away a little bit from the other guys? And that's that was what the goal was.
Okay, and the second part is, can you talk about the game Iman had tonight?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I like the second part better than the first part. Iman Shumpert gave us a huge game today. Huge. We were down our best rebounder. I don't know how many he got, but probably double figures, 10, 11, something like that. And he was just all over the court. And when he gets his opportunities to score the ball, he can. Shump is underrated as an offensive player, and perhaps in our system he gets not a whole lot of looks. He gets his chances, but generally they're as a result of playing off the other guys. But I thought he made huge plays on offense, driving to the rim and getting fouled. He didn't miss a foul shot, especially at crunch time, which we really needed. He defended everybody on the court, played physically, played a lot of minutes with JR going down. And he was without question the X factor in our victory tonight. No question.
David, excuse me, back here, Bill Livingston, Plain Dealer. With everything that's happened to you internationally, did you ever see a player standing out of bounds be fouled or defended from behind, as happened today?
See, I got to be careful how I answer that.
I understand that.
Have I seen it? Yeah, and it's an automatic technical foul over there. I don't know what they call it here. I don't even know. But if it happens, it's an automatic technical, 2 shots and the ball. That's the call. Again, I'm not saying it was or it wasn't, because I'm going to let you do that. But that's what would happen in that case.
Jared Weiss, CLNS Radio, back here. Now that the series is over, I'd love to hear about your game plan for the way that you trapped Isaiah Thomas on the pick and roll. He'd been pretty much driving on everybody throughout the league for the last couple months. Yeah. The last 2 games up until basically the end of the third quarter, he couldn't get through the perimeter.
Yeah, we changed coverage on him a little bit. Made an adjustment as you're wont to do in a series, or when a player is consistently hurting you. And I would call it more of a corral than a trap. And there is a difference between the two. We won't go into it because it's a long and windy conversation. But we did try. We try to get our hands around him figuratively, not allow him seams, not allow him splits, and not allow him shots off of that situation. For the most part, it worked.
David, Rachel Nichols from TNT.
Rachel.
Kevin Love was just talking in the locker room. He said, I thought it was a Bush League play. I have no doubt in my mind he did it on purpose. He said that's just not a basketball play. He said the league will take a look at it, and it better be swift and just. I wanted to know what your feelings were on the incident and him feeling that way.
Like I said, I didn't see the play. But but obviously Kevin did, and if that's what he thinks, then he was the closest guy to it.
Coach Mark,
I know one thing: if he's injured, number one, other guys are going to have to step up. Well, he's already injured, but if it's a long-term thing, then obviously, number one, other guys are going to have to step up, and we're going to have to make up a lot of ground without him, like we did tonight, and I thought we did that admirably. And the second thing is, this is a beautiful game. and it's also a physical game, and you know you have to expect a level of physicality, but there's a line, and that line shouldn't be crossed, and that's what the league is for.
Coach Mark D'Amico, Celtics.com.
Mark.
You said that this Celtics team really challenged you guys. What was it about them that posed the greatest challenge to you?
They play consistently hard. They're very well coached. They move the ball and run their sets consistently, which requires you to be constantly attentive and engaged. And they also have talent, guys that can make plays. And that's enough to challenge you.